you feel like there's something more waiting for you there outside, if you feel stuck in your life, if you just feel like this cannot be it, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Sylvia. Welcome on my channel. And today we're going to talk about why you should walk away from a life that does not feel right to you. In the hometown where I grew up, I always felt like so disconnected and so like that I do not belong there. And I always thought like this cannot be it. Like I don't feel satisfied. I don't feel fulfilled here right now. Everything changed for me when I started to travel, when I started to explore spiritual explorations, when I really expanded my mind and were more open for the world around me. And in this video, I want to share with you what I learned from traveling, from spirituality, and show you that there are many ways how you can explore life a little bit more and really know what truly makes you happy. So you can maybe use it as an inspiration also to travel. Maybe it motivates you. Maybe you always think about like you want to travel, do some things like that, but something in you is just afraid. And this video should really be an inspiration and motivation for you to just do it. So in the hometown where I grew up, everyone was just like working the whole day, studying the whole day, like really the traditional life. And I felt like people were just like going out on the weekend to party, to get drunk. And then on the next day, the same life continued. And obviously, like for me, it was obvious that no one is really fulfilled and happy, and maybe it just was just me. Maybe those people, they could not even see it because they are so like stuck in their lives. But I always had the feeling this cannot be it. There must be something out there. There must be something more waiting there, because I was just craving something else. And I really tried for so many years to live this life, to also go to parties, to get drunk on the weekend, and it was never fulfilling for me. Like honestly, when I think back, I never had really a night where I say like, wow, that was so much fun. No, it was the opposite. I always felt drained. I felt tired. I felt like so bad. I had stomach issues from alcohol. And I really felt like this life is not for me. I want something more. I always had like deep thoughts about things, and I never really felt like people who I could connect with, who I could speak about all those thoughts, about those like spiritual ideas in my head, because these people were just not around me. So I felt pretty much alone. I still had friends, I had people around me, but I never really felt like this really deep connection with someone that could really understand me. And so everything changed for me when I started to travel. When I started to book my first trip to Kenya. This was my first like trip far away from my hometown. And honestly, I learned so many things there, like so many things. And it really shifted my whole perspective about life. So I'm gonna share with you now everything what I learned through my travel experiences, and just like how I grew as a person, and also how can you use those different tools I learned in your everyday life to maybe explore something more which is waiting there for you behind it. And this is a shift you cannot do overnight. It really takes practice. But these tools I'm going to show you right now are tools that you can really use in your everyday life and become a little bit better every day. The first tip is to connect with nature. Nature has such a grounding, healing energy, and I feel like we can learn so much from nature. Like nature is our biggest teacher, and always when I feel stressed, when I feel like disconnected from myself and I go nature, every time. I'm telling you, every time it helps me. I feel better afterwards, and I also come back with more solutions. I feel clear in my mind, and it just gives me like this grounding, loving energy. And this is something I discovered when I was in Kenya. I was on hikes, I was at beaches, like I saw the most beautiful sunrises, sundowns, and I really felt like nature has so much wisdom, and everyone feels so drawn to nature. And the more we spend in nature, the more we are at peace with ourselves, the more we can listen to ourselves, we connect to ourselves, we connect to the present moment. And I know it sounds so simple, but I'm telling you, it's really one of the biggest tools when you feel disconnected, when you feel stressed. Go in nature. Like, even when it's just for a small 10-minute walk at the park, go outside. If you feel disconnected, go outside. Put your headphones out, just be with yourself, sit with your own thoughts, and let like this environment, like these plants around you, let them teach you something. Like, it is magical. It is really magical, and it will help you to come back to yourself and back to the present moment. The second thing I learned from traveling was spiritual practices. Like, I was there, and there was like such a big yoga community, breathwork community. Like, everyone had like all these tools to connect with their body, to connect with their breath, to connect with themselves. Like, people there, they're living this life. And I never saw that before, that there were people out there that had like such a grounded energy. They were so present, so confident. And when you talk to them, you really feel so inspired, because you can just feel that they're so aligned with themselves. And they all talk about the same things. They all talk about meditation, yoga, breath work. And there is a reason behind it, because these tools, they really connect you with who you really are. And these people actually inspired me so much, because when you talk to them and you really feel their energy and how authentic they talk about all these practices, you really know that there must be something behind it. So this was actually the point where I also started with meditation. And meditation can be really difficult at the beginning, because it is so, like, it was really weird for me to just sit with myself, to think about nothing, and just like sit there. And I felt at the beginning really uncomfortable. And the more you have like this resistance against meditation, this actually means that you really need it. People who have a lot of resistance for these practices, these are the people they need it the most. And so I really started to do 5 minutes every morning to sit with my thoughts, but really start small and see the shift you make through these exercises. This year I also started with yoga. I had so much resistance against yoga, it was crazy. And now the more I do it, the more I feel like so amazing. So these are really practices we resist a lot, but this just means that we truly need them. So really pick out the practice that maybe resonates the most with you. For me, it's meditation, it's journaling, yoga, and just try it out and see the beautiful effect it has for yourself. Also, I felt like these people, when I was traveling, these like yoga community people, they were just embracing their inner child so freely. Like, they were just like dancing, moving their body however they want. Like, they really had not this societally restrictions around them. And this was so beautiful. This was so magnetic about them. So I also did a lot of inner child work and tried to connect back with my inner child. I went on beach walks. I like just splashed water all around me. I was laughing. I like really consciously took the time to do the things that truly made me happy as a child, like playing in water, dancing. Like, think about all those little things that made you so happy as a child, and also try to connect them more now into your everyday life, because these things are just so fulfilling for our soul. And I feel like it's so beautiful when you see someone who is just like laughing and so happy and just like so full of love, like a little child. It just makes people magnetic, because this is something we all crave in our everyday life. When we are stressed, when we're just like stuck in our routine, this is something we really miss. So when we see other people who are so connected with their inner child and their inner happiness, we crave this. We want to be around those people, because this is just something everyone is naturally drawn to. So also, if you want to become more magnetic, this is definitely a tool I would recommend you to do more of inner child healing and to connect more with the things that truly make you happy. The third thing I learned is that you have to find your tribe. Like, when I was in my hometown, I never had those people around me where I could talk about all my ideas, all my like plans for the future. No, everyone was just like talking about other people and was just like stressed and not really in a good headspace. And I had these people all around me, and I felt like it was not good for my soul, because I felt so alone with my ideas, with my thoughts, and I was really craving this connection with someone else I could share that with. And once I started traveling, and once I also started to embody more, like to let myself truly be me, I attracted other people. Like, when you're traveling, there are usually also other really like free-minded people, because they're also traveling, they're also going out of their comfort zone. So there are already more interesting people who are a little bit more free, because they're traveling, they want to see the world, they are open. So if you're traveling, you are also more likely to be open to other people. And I just felt more connected with myself, and so I also attracted other people who were like that. Like, I attracted people, like, they blew my mind. I had like the craziest conversations of my life, and it was the first time where I really thought like, wow, I'm not alone with all of those thoughts. Like, there are people that are even more crazy than me, that even have more crazy theories about the universe and all those kind of things. And I felt so connected, and it felt so beautiful to find other people who were like that. So my tip is really, doesn't matter where you are in the world, be more open for other people. Don't judge everyone directly, like be open for other opinions, and also try to connect with different kind of people, especially if you feel like you don't have the right friends around you, because the friends around you, they really are such a big part of your life, and it's really important to have people around you that support you, that uplift you, that are positive. And if you don't feel like that, then it's really important that you find your tribe. So these days there are so many possibilities. There are online communities, you can go to like events, yoga classes, Pilates classes. Just be more open, and also start conversations with people, make other women a compliment, and really start to engage in conversations, and you will see so many opportunities will open up for you when you are also open to other people. The next thing I learned is to be open and to go out of your comfort zone, because if we always doing the same things every day, then also nothing will change. Change happens the moment when we push our boundaries a little bit and go out of our comfort zone. Change and grow is really out of our comfort zone. And this feels at the beginning really uncomfortable. it even made me scared. Like when I was sitting and to book my first solo trip, I was going crazy. I was like, oh my God, there are so many things that can happen. I'm alone there. I don't have any help. And my mind came up with all of those things why I should not do it. But the reason why is because our mind always tries to keep us safe. And if you want to be safe, also nothing will change in your life. And being safe, what is about that? Because if you're unhappy but you're safe, then it's not worth it. At least for me, it was not worth it. I rather take a little bit of a risk and have like opportunities grow in so many things that could come in my way because I opened myself up for them. But when I'm always closed and say like, oh, I'm scared, I'm too shy, I don't want to do this, when I'm always in this defensive mode, life can also not show you what is behind there. So really try to go out of your comfort zone. And this starts with small little things, like go, for example, on a solo date. Like this used to be crazy for me to go alone in a restaurant. But when I was traveling, I was alone there. I was on a solo trip. I spent the best time with myself. I went alone to restaurants, to events. Like I really went out of my comfort zone. And I tried so many new things. Like it was crazy. And you are, at the end of the day, you're never alone. There are always people around you. And if you are happy, if you are kind to people, it's so easy to engage in conversations and to feel happy. And you always have people around you. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. So don't be so scared and go out of your comfort zone, even if it's like the smallest thing. I'm telling you, this is really important in order to be fulfilled and find out who you truly are. The next thing that I learned from traveling, and also what helped me so much in my life, is inner work. Like when you work on your mindset, on your limiting beliefs, like when you work on them and really try to grow as a person, expand your mind, be open for new ideas, things to learn, because we know so little about life and there are so many things we can learn. Like it's unbelievable. And when I was traveling, I was also experiencing that I had a lot of blocks within myself, a lot of limiting beliefs. For example, when I saw these people dancing so freely, I felt so shy. I felt like, wow, how can they do this? And then I figured out I had a lot of limiting beliefs, that what other people could think about me, or like I had like a certain image in my head that I thought I have to be like in order to be liked. But this was not true. And the more you do inner work, like shadow work, if you want to do some inner work, Google shadow work questions. And these are actually really deep questions to get to know yourself better, to really know what your values are, like all these kind of things. It's so important, like inner work, therapy, shadow work, journaling. These are all tools for inner work, and they really help you to explore yourself and to explore who you really are. And if you need help with that, you can also sign up for my coaching down the video, and I'm really grateful to help you to explore yourself a little bit more. Try to learn new things, try to be open, read books, listen to inspiring podcasts, expand your mind, grow as a person, because this is the only way. Like the more you look into different fields of interest, the more you see what you actually like, what you actually want. You have the power within you to create a life that feels truly alive, happy, and just like good to yourself. It's all up to you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked today's video. You would really help me out if you could follow the channel and leave me a like. See you next time.